This is one of the biggest reasons why people dislike video games, because of the violence that they hear from it all the time. But really, sometimes the violence that is expressed in the media is not as big as they make it to seem. Yeah, there are violent video games out there, but they have rating systems on there that will not allow people under that age of the rating system to buy them. So the only way they can actually get the violent video games is their parents buy them for, or an older brother or sister, which parents should monitor with them. People act like all video games are like the devil, and that they all make people very violent, when some games just allow you to shoot a bunny with a plunger. I mean, that's not very violent. I don't think it's going to really scar you for life. I mean, there's no real violence in that. There's no blood. I mean, it's not actually going to harm you in a physical way. You're not actually going to go outside, get your plunger from your bathroom, and start throwing at bunnies. And lots of video games are like this. Most video games do not look real enough to even harm you that much. But there still are some video games that you may want to stay from. The ESRB. The ESRB is a rating system that gives rating to video games like movie ratings. These ratings are to help choose which games would be best for your children. The ratings rate from EC, early childhood, E for everyone, T for teen, M for mature, and A for adults. Though this is a video game about positive effects of video games, still not all video games will be positive for everyone. You don't want to give an M-rated game to a 10-year-old. 10-year-olds are not fully developed, and they won't completely understand that you should not take that stuff into context. So which is why they have the rating system, so you not to give violent video games, extremely violent video games, to younger children that will actually start to reenact it with their little friends. Nintendo has created a system called the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is a very unique system that allows players to use their physical body to move the player. A perfect example of this is a game called Wii Sports. Wii Sports was made by Nintendo and allows you to play sports at home that appear you to be doing the actions that you would be as if you were playing the real sport. Example: tennis. You'd be using Nintendo's controller, the Wiimote, as if you're using a tennis racket in tennis. Example: swinging the tennis racket allows you to hit the ball in certain areas, just like you would be playing Wii Tennis, which is just what Nintendo's looking for. Nintendo was looking for people to get some exercise, actual movement, besides just their fingers moving. Now you get their bodies moving, and people are actually starting to get a workout. There's actually been diet plans that use Wii Sports as a dieting reference now. That's how unique and great they have become. There are also many other sports you can play on Wii Sports. Example: there is baseball. Baseball allows you to swing the Wiimote as if you were swinging a baseball bat, which is great for you. And there's other things as if you're throwing the Wiimote as if you're throwing a baseball, which is just like. And there's also boxing. Boxing allows you to throw punches at your opponent. It's not just random punching, there's actual such things as blocking, and jabs and uppercuts allowed you to perform strategy as if you were doing real boxing. Video games are not just random button mashing. It takes a lot of thought process to decide what you are going to do next. Example: strategy games. Strategy games are a perfect example of when you use your mind power. The mind is very important to exercise, and strategy games are very good at that because they allow you to make decisions that will best benefit you, and they're not what most people think are just random button mashing. They're actual thought process things that actually make you think and actually help you. This is a game called Brain Age, which is made by Nintendo. This game is a great example because it allows you to perform math at like high speeds. It allows you to quickly write the numbers like add, multiply, and subtract to quickly get the right answers. Another thing that allows you to do is memorization, from like numbers that go from smallest to biggest and biggest to smallest. Let's also not forget they have like number games like Sudoku. Sudoku is a very good game. It allows even like people do this all the time just because it's good for you and it helps your brain get exercised.